All right, it's official. We're recording.
Hi,
So
Jill.
you can't say anything mean about me now.
Hi, Jill. Hi, Jill. How are you
Hello.
doing?
What would you
Good.
like to
Welcome
hear,
back,
Jill?
Jill.
Thank you. And thank you for everyone's patience and understanding the last 2 weeks. I appreciate you all. And I'm very happy to see you all. This is wonderful. Now you know what this means, though. Because I didn't see you on Thursday, you had the wonderful Amanda. That means today I'm going to work you quite a bit harder.
Oh,
Okay, so prepare yourself.
Yeah.
All right. This is always the check of we can kind of see everything that's important. I think. Maybe not my feet. Today, guys, you will need a weight. Whatever you're going to use for it, whether you want to use a soup can, a water bottle, an actual dumbbell, that's great. And then if you do have a stretchy band, we're going to use it today. Okay, make sure you have a nice clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. Remember that in these classes, it's really important that you monitor yourself and just really focus hard on any signs of feeling like you're gasping for breath, can't take a full breath, any dizziness, any like focus issues. You should just stop, get into your recovery position, focus on your recovery breathing until you feel ready to continue moving. Okay. And then last but not least, this is a virtual class, meaning if you are unmuted, any noise on your end, we can all hear. So please just be aware if you get a phone call or need to chat with somebody in the same room or next room, just put yourself on mute and that'll make everything a lot smoother. So with that said, let's start getting into our warm-up. We're gonna do something a little bit different for warm-up today. I'm gonna get you guys doing a little bit of box breathing. Now I'm gonna give you a time frame and I want you to remember that if that is not enough time for your inhale, exhale, or if it's too much time, adjust to what your capacity is, okay? But our goal is going to be to breathe in for 4 seconds. And once our lungs are full of air in that 4 seconds, we're gonna hold for 2 seconds. And then we're gonna inhale or exhale, sorry, through pursed lips, exhale all that air out for 4 seconds. And then with our lungs empty, we're gonna hold for 2 seconds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's give it a go. And again, monitor yourself. You may need to change the time for yourself, and that's great. Please do that. So
I thought our exhale was supposed to be longer than our inhale.
So yeah, when you're focused on your recovery breathing, you are. But this is just a type of breathing exercise to work on your overall capacity.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, if you're finding that some of you struggle with your exhale more than others, you may need to prolong it. But this is a very specific breathing exercise, not the way I want you to breathe normally. Okay. So let's just do our best. We'll do just a couple rounds and I'm going to draw a box as we go. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, and then just relax, resume your normal breathing pattern. Okay, well done, everybody. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get into a little bit more of that typical breathing pattern. So the goal is 3 or 4 seconds on the inhale and 4 to 6 seconds on the exhale. And yep, this is where it's more appropriate to have that longer exhale through pursed lips. But we're going to start that bit of movement, and I'm going to count out the breathing pattern again. If the time frame doesn't work for your body, you need to adjust to what does work. Okay, so let's even just start with gently swinging your arms as if we're starting to go for a walk. If you're feeling really good today and you would like to start adding the lifting of the heels, you can. Okay, so a little bit of movement, and we are breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last one, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just breathe regularly for you. Good, so a little bit harder to sustain that breathing pattern as we start adding in movement, but we're going to add in just one more like that. This time we do want to get the feet moving if we can, so I'll change the arm pattern tune though. If we could just lift your arm out to the side, and you're going to lift up your opposite knee at the same time. Okay, so once you get into that pattern, and again, if you need to have fewer muscle groups working at a time, that's okay. Have just your arms moving or just your legs, or you can alternate. So now what I'd like to see is that 4-second inhale, and we're going to pare it down a little bit to a 4 or 5-second exhale. So 3 to 4 seconds on the exhale and 4 to 5 seconds on the exhale. Ready, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest. Okay, a little bit challenging.
Yep.
So that longer sustained breath, which is typically our stop, be still, recovery breath. And now we've just added some movement. And so what that's doing, and if you need to rest, and if you need to keep moving, let's just start making some figure eights and then tapping one heel forward at a time while I explain the reasoning behind that particular breathing exercise. So as most of you have probably experienced, as soon as you start moving, your oxygen demand increases. meaning you need more air. So as you've noticed, the moment you stand up or start moving around, you start needing to breathe more. And sometimes that equates to being a little bit more breathless, right? Well, when we say focus on your recovery breath, we get really, really good at doing it while stationary, which is good. It's a good recovery position. But the moment we start moving and our bodies are now going, oh, geez, I need more air. And your body's instinct is to breathe shallowly and more quickly, which is more efficient in the sense of taking less energy to do, less focus to do, but it's not as efficient as maximizing your breathing capacity. This is why you are always told, okay, breathe out through pursed lips and try to maintain a steady breath, right? So now we're just practicing your breathing pattern, even when it's harder to do, such as when you start moving. So we've practiced that breathing pattern so well, most of you know how to do it great while you're sitting still, not doing anything, just a recovery position. But we need to really start adding to the challenge of being able to do that pattern when you're moving around about in your day-to-day lives. Okay, which is much, much more challenging. So let's stretch one arm up overhead. Press that arm straight up. All right, so we're going to do 10 to 20 of these pushes, and then we're going to switch to tapping your toe forward so you're stretching out. And I'm going to count out your breath. Again, 3 to 4 inhale, 4 to 5 second exhale if you can. Again, that might be too long for some of you. That's okay. Do what you can. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now your legs in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest as needed. So now we're not having such a long sustained breath, but I highly encourage you to keep it steady, to keep breathing out through pursed lips. And if you need to get into that recovery position, so forearms or hands bent over your thighs or a table or your chair, this is the recovery position to catch your breath or just focus on your breathing pattern. Okay, how is everybody feeling? Good, I'm getting quite a few thumbs up. That's perfect. This is my chance to just check in with all of you and make sure you are all remembering that this is your class. You are in charge of moderating what we do. I give you the options to increase or decrease the intensity, and you have to find for yourself what is challenging but doable for you today. Because even what you were able to do last week might be a bit different from today, especially as the spring's hitting. There's a lot more pollen, a lot more dust in the air. I can't wait for the street sweepers to hit my street. All right, so go at your own pace. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to just ask you to roll your hands over top one another. And again, go at your own pace. Find the challenging but doable. You can do it seated or standing. If you are choosing to stand, make sure you feel very balanced, and we are going to add in some additional movement. And so the additional movement is you're not just tapping your foot out, you're stepping. Step. Step. So even if you're sitting, step it and put a little bit of weight down into that foot. There we go, everybody. And remember, if you have questions about the exercise throughout class, please feel free to ask. And we always get a big chunk of time at the end while we stretch to chat more. Good. Make sure you're breathing out through pursed lips. Stay with your recovery breathing. And not recovery breathing because we're actively moving. I should say your breathing pattern. And your breathing pattern is just fighting hard to maintain a steady breath. Don't let yourself get to the point where you're gasping shallowly. Good. All right, now what we're doing is we're tapping either behind your body or as far back as you can reach without pain. So maybe that's just your hips, maybe that's just behind, maybe it's all the way behind, and then tapping under a knee. So it's behind, under a knee, behind, under a knee, behind, under a knee. Now I say under a knee, but go as far as you can without bending forward. Notice I'm keeping my torso up nice and tall. So make your legs and arms do the work. Keep your back in the same position. Under, behind, under, behind, under, behind. There we go. Throwing some new stuff at you today. This is what I learned from teaching wheelchair basketball last Thursday. I'm just teasing. I had the little itty bitties, the kindergartens and grade ones, and we really just worked hard on being able to balance the ball on the lap as they wheeled around and some of those basic skills. They did really great, but we did not pass the ball underneath the leg. That would have been too much of a challenge. There we go. Good. Okay. Now rest. And again, if this is your first couple of classes or you're having a tough time breathing today, try to keep everything around 10 reps, a little bit less, a little bit more, and then get into your recovery breathing to make sure you're actually getting enough rest. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bend forward from just the hips, so no rounding at the back. Bend forward, touch across to the knee, and then up and away. Touch down, across, up and away. Touch down, across, up and away. And again, really be cautious that you're moving from the hips, not from the lower back, especially if you're standing. It's harder to get that coordination between your hips and back when you're standing up. It's helpful if your legs are a bit wider apart, just the way it offsets the hips. Good. So especially if you have osteoporosis in your spine or degeneration in your spine, you want to be cautious that we're not bending at the back. All the movement comes through the hips. There we go. Good, and switch sides. Down, across, up, away. Down, across, up, away. Maybe you only do a couple at your own pace and then you need to stop and rest. That's okay. Here's your friendly reminder to breathe out through pursed lips. Good. There we go, team. And rest there. Okay, so whether you're seated or standing, now we're going to tap our heel out on that little bit of an angle. And if you're standing, make sure we're not stepping into it. You're keeping balance and just touching the heel out. And we're gonna make an L with our arms. So one arm straight up, one arm out to the side. Now we're gonna bring our arms back in as our foot comes back in, and we're gonna switch, and notice I've switched which hand reaches straight up, which arm reaches to the side. Opa! Yes, your leg and arms move at the same time. Make sure to stay up tall through your torso. No movement through the back. You might find you need to tighten through your core. We did a lot of work on that last Tuesday. Good. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Good. Find that challenging but doable line. You're able to keep moving and maintain your breathing pattern, but you have to work hard to do so. There we go. And rest. Well done, team. That's fun.
Yes.
Take your hands, put them together. And we're going over one shoulder, back down, and the other shoulder, back down. So again, we're being careful that we're not twisting really hard through our back. It's the shoulders and upper back that are moving. You'll notice my hips stay facing forward the whole time. Good. Let's get our feet moving. 1, 2, 1, 2. So your feet and your hands might be moving at a different pace from each other. And that's always challenging. You might find you need to move only the legs or only the arms, depending on your breathing today and your energy. And remember, the goal is just to get a few reps in before you need to rest. Good. Well done, everybody. Breathe out through pursed lips. And rest. All right. It is time for you to grab your weight. How's everybody doing so far?
Good.
Good. That's good to hear. Who else has some beautiful sunshine?
Beautiful.
We do.
Yeah, that's
Vernon
wonderful.
Vernon does.
I took the puppy out for quite the hike this morning. The furthest I've been yet.
Good.
He's feeling better.
Well, not at this moment. I think I went too far. But once you go too far, it's a little too late. You still have to get yourself back.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes.
overall, it's improving every week. Thank you for asking. All right, team, we've got our weight. I'm going to ask you to hold it in one hand. And what we're going to do now is we're going to curl the weight up as you stand up. Or curl the weight up as you push your feet into the ground and activate those leg muscles. Okay, so it's a curl as you stand. Go slow, tighten your core to make sure that you're being stable. I'll show you once standing, and then I'll show a couple while seated. So curl up as you stand, and then straighten it back down as you go to sit back down. And let's aim for 3 to 8 of those. So whatever your challenging but doable range is. And if you're really feeling wiped out today, struggling to breathe, bicep curl, 1, 2, 3 on the exhale, and down, 2, 3 on the inhale. And I encourage you to kind of keep to that pattern while standing and sitting as well. Breathe out as you stand and lift that weight. Breathe out as you lower yourself back down. Breathe out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3. Maybe you need more or less. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Remember, I gave you that range of reps, 3 to 8. Do what is challenging but doable for you. Maybe you started off standing and you finished sitting. And we're switching hands. Ready, and breathing out. 2, 3, out, 2, 3. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 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 in, 2, 3, out, 2, 3. Remember, you were doing between 3 and 8, and then resting. Brilliant. Good work, team. Still feeling good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to pull the weight straight up. Now, what I don't want to happen is your elbow to flare out like this. That's tends to be harder on the shoulder. I just want you pulling straight up like you're pulling up a pair of pants. Okay. And don't worry about the range of motion. It won't go up too high. It'll probably only get to about rib level. And then your opposite leg is lifting up at the same time. So it looks like this. Up, hold, and down. Up, hold, and down. And again, let's aim for 5 to 10 reps this time. Remember, the less body parts moving at a time, the less the oxygen demand is. So please adjust accordingly. And up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 that's 5, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 and up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, switch. And other side. Up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 that's 5, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, 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 up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. Rest. Woohoo! That's 2 exercises we've done with the weights. I need you to remember them.
Okay.
And some of you are already going, uh-oh. That's okay. All right, feel free to put the weight down. Now you need your band. Brilliant. All right, we're going to step our feet on top of the band. Yes, you can do this standing or seated. If you are choosing to do this standing, please make sure you've got balance support within arm's reach. And remember that standing on the band is a lot different than standing on your own 2 feet, so be very, very careful. Now, what I like to do is I like to cross the band over. And if you're seated, you can just kind of collapse your hands onto your thighs so that you don't have to just rip it for dear life. You can just kind of hold it. Now, we've done this before. It's stepping a foot out and bringing it back. Step a foot out, bringing a foot back. Out and back. Now, as a foot goes out, your other foot has to push down into the ground. So as I'm stepping my left foot out, my right foot has to push down into the ground to enable that to happen. Now, if that movement feels a little bit too challenging, or if it's pulling on your back, all I want you to do is just to move your knees, clench your bum. Those are those glute muscles. So clench your glutes, allow the knees to come apart slightly, and then bring them back together. Okay? Pull them apart slightly, bring it back together. Good. Maintain your breathing pattern. We've shown a couple different ways to accomplish this exercise. And we're going to go until the first complaint about those glutes. Unless the complaint happens too early. There we go. Great job, everybody. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Excellent. A couple more steps. Keep it challenging but doable. So do what you can. Remember, rest as needed. There's no shame in that. It's very, very good to be accountable for your own body wellness. Good. And relax there. Excellent. Now, step off the band carefully because sometimes it gets caught under the foot. And now we're pulling the band. Put the band over your shoulder. So I've got one end on either side. It's like I've just put a dish rag over my shoulder to keep it there. Now, on the same side, I'm going to grab the bottom. Feel free to wrap the band around your hand if you don't want to grip it. My other hand is just reaching across to hold the band to my shoulder. Okay, and then from here, we're pulling straight down and slowly coming back up. Pull and back up. Pull and back up. Pull back up. Pull back up. Brilliant. Make sure you breathe out as you pull down. You can breathe in as it comes back up. Pull down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, 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 down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. How many is that, team?
Quite a few.
That's not a number.
So at least
Nobody was counting. Okay, we got to start from the beginning. 1, 2.
we like double time.
3, 4, 5. I'm sure that's close to 15. Switch sides.
And you've warned us enough not to trust your counting.
I have almost every class. And still you have such faith in me. I appreciate it. So make sure you switch sides. The band is hung over one shoulder. We reach across, hold it in place, and pull down. Good. It's helpful to breathe out as you pull down. Breathe in as you come back up. Good. Breathing out. 2, 3, in, 2, 3, 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 out. 2, 3, out. 2, 3. How many is this?
15.
15.
And rest. Although I think now we're gonna have a lopsided arm, guys. All right, get into that recovery position as needed. If you're feeling quite excellent, you are welcome to do a little bit of active recovery. Otherwise, that recovery position is bent over on your thighs. Now, as a quick reminder, now we've done 2 exercises with the weight, 2 exercises with the band, and we're going to repeat those 4 exercises, but we need to remember what they are.
Curls.
Go for it.
I
So you're
remember the last
absolutely
one.
right, Rick. There was a curl. You remember the last one? Good.
Yeah.
Keep remembering it until we come back to it.
First one is-
Uh-oh. The first one was a curl with a stand up.
Mhm.
Or if you're staying seated in your chair as you push your feet into the ground. Good. All right, so you do need your weight or whatever you're using for a weight, or if even a weight is too much intensity today, do it with nothing in your hand. That's great too. Okay. All right. Ready. Weight in one hand. You're either standing up as you curl the weight, bringing it back down as you squat down, or drive your feet into the ground. Let's go. Breathing out as you stand and curl. Breathing in as you lower. Good. I'm going to stop the countdown because I still have that little bit of a cough from 2 weeks ago. And I'm starting to feel it more and more.
We're at 6.
Yes.
So I meant the breathing count, the 1, 2, 3. Just go at that slower, steady pace. So you were doing kind of the rep range that you're able to. We're now switching sides. And off we go. So either staying seated or standing up as that weight curls, and then back down. And again, I warned you that I wasn't going to count us out to a 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, but I still want you going at that pace, even though I'm not counting it out. So don't get caught up in going up, down. Good. Got about 4 more, but you are doing what you can. Stay accountable for challenging yet doable. Good. And what was the second exercise with the weight?
Raising a knee.
Tricep or
Yes. So
Where
it's
is
pulling up your pants and lifting the
And the
knee.
knee.
That's right. And again, let's try to keep it to the 3-second count. So lifting up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. So try to keep up that pace. Breathing out as you pull up, breathing in as you bring it back down. Keep that elbow fairly tucked in. Don't let it come too far out to the side. Good. It's 5. So just do what you can. Our goal is to do about 10. If you need to do less, that's okay. Keep to the challenging but doable balance. Good. Doing great, everybody. And we're switching sides. Make sure you maintain that breathing pattern. Breathing out as you pull up, breathing in as you reset. Good. Great work, team. Breathe in or breathe out as you pull up. Breathe in as you lower down. Excellent job. Good, and we've got one last one. And rest. Put that weight down and grab that band. Remember the first exercise with the band?
Ludibus maximus.
Near the feet.
Under
That's
the
right.
feet.
Yeah. Absolutely right. We're gonna work the glutes by putting the band under the feet. You can kind of wrap it across. Be very, very careful if you are choosing to stand. And you're either pulling the knees apart, don't let the feet lift up to just the knees, or it's step. And if you are stepping, your other foot pushes straight down into the ground to provide stability as your other leg moves. Excellent.
Hello? Yes,
Good work.
I'm good.
That's it, team. Remember to breathe out as you step out to the side. Did anyone feel their glutes getting tired at the last set? Or by this set? Nice work. That's how you know you're doing it right. And hey, this is an easy one to practice on your own as well. Great job,
Feel it down my
team.
whole leg.
Yep, there you go. I just don't want you guys feeling it in your lower back. If your lower back feels just a little bit tight, that's okay, because it does have to work. But if it feels sore, then it means your body's not quite ready for that level of a challenge. And you got to work on just the glutes doing the work, okay? Okay, and rest. Last one. The dreaded triceps. Throw the band over your shoulder. Reach across. And we're pulling straight down, down and up. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're only doing 10 aside. 8, 9, 10. Switch. And pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, everybody, shake it out. Okay, let's gently grab underneath our seat and even more gently tilt your head away. Be extra cautious if you've got any degeneration in your spine. Good. And switch sides. Really gentle, just tilt. And relax there. Let's pull up an elbow. That was wonderful, gang. How did you all feel?
Good.
Good.
My hands.
Awesome. With your hands, good.
We went easy on the cardio today.
Core strength today. Switch. It's good to have that rest. Did you guys like the strength work today?
Yes.
Yes,
There we go. And what did we think about the breathing at the beginning?
It's good.
What's some feedback on that? Rest there, stretch out a leg. Remember, cool down, stretching time is the perfect time to socialize, to ask questions, to make comments. So please feel free to take yourself off mute.
Nobody's got nothing to say.
The breathing was good today.
Apparently. The breathing was good. You enjoyed that?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's good, Ted. I'm glad.
I have trouble with that on the breathing in for that longer count. The breathing
so-
out's easy.
For sure. And so we've talked about that. I think with this group I have, but it's very common. Remember, it has a little bit to do with your breathing muscles. Have to really fight hard to your breathing muscles pull open your rib cage to allow you to breathe in. So that makes it harder. We get really stiff in our upper backs, which makes us stiff in the rib cage, which makes it even harder to open up. That can be a reason. So there is, remember that the inhaling is more active and exhaling is more passive, which is why we work hard to breathe out through pursed lips to make it more active, to push more air out.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes the inhale can be harder to do because we haven't done a full exhale.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, but it's that length of time on the inhale. Starts
then
out
you give-
easy, then it's tough.
Yeah, and again, that has more to do with both the respiratory muscles and your lungs inflating. You can almost think of it as it's an elastic tissue. So the more you breathe in, it's like a balloon, the more those lungs have to stretch out. And they lose some of their elasticity over the years, and especially with a condition. So the more we inhale that long of time, and the length of time your body's going, oh my goodness, I need to exhale and take another breath in. And so
Using
again,
the
that's
stomach
where
muscles too.
Yeah, I find if you engage your diaphragm, gives you a second or two more also on the inhale.
Yeah, but of course I've got the diaphragm not working on one side.
yeah, and that'll make it harder to Barry switch sides. We're dropping that leg back behind you or turning sideways in your seat. So those are all factors that are going to make the inhale tough to do. And this is where I really encourage you guys for yourselves. You have to find where the line is that's challenging, but doable. 4 seconds, 5 seconds might be too much of a challenge. You're not able to do it without feeling a bit shaky, without straining, sometimes without coughing. So aim for 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds. You know, try to, even if you don't worry about the time as much and you just really focus on the feel, okay, I can feel my lungs expanding. That's kind of where they want to stop. So I'm going to expand them just a little bit more. And now I'm going to exhale. So that's why I talk constantly at you guys about, okay, fine, challenging but doable. Challenging but doable. It's tough to do.
Thanks, Joe.
Of course. Of course, of course. I'm gonna get you guys to get your knees super far apart, if you can. And then we're gonna take both hands and turn towards one knee, and I want you to feel that bit of a stretch. Don't let this knee follow. Actually, you can push against it if you need. But I want you to feel a bit of a stretch down. Those are called your adductors. Some people say they're groin muscles. Yeah, what other questions do we have today? None. Nothing.
Yeah.
And other way. Ted's got something to say. Nope. Okay, so even as we stretch, remember your breathing pattern. We're getting back into the slower, deeper breaths. Good. Relax there. Let's get our palms up to the ceiling and we're pulling apart our thumbs and holding. We're going to take 2 breaths in this position. Should feel a bit of a stretch across the chest. Might feel tight in the upper back. Shake it out. And once more, palms up, pull the thumbs apart. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. And one last time. Palms up, pull the thumbs apart. Or if you now want to kind of straighten your arms and pull back, just keep them low, you can. So whatever feels best for you. And we're going to breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. And shake it out. Roll the shoulders back.
Shake, shake.
Pat yourself on the back. And on the other side. Put your fists in the air and go, I did it! I did it!
Yay.
Woohoo! Well done, everybody.
Thanks, Joe.